So this is the base of my future computer. It's been sitting there, this particular case has been sitting there waiting to be worked on for about 3 months. It took about a month to actually get the case. After I got it, the original case was completely destroyed in shipping, and the seller was kind enough to send me an identical case. I won't show the mangled remains of the original case, it's just not a pretty picture. Well, this is an industrial computer. Originally it was an industrial computer by Industrial Computer Source, nonetheless. It features two external 5 1/4 inch bays and two external 3 1/4 inch bays. We have the future media card bay right here. We have the future Blu-ray burner drive right here. This extra drive I haven't quite considered what to do with it, but I may change it around. I'm looking at maybe putting into laptop drives here. I don't know, it's an empty bay. We'll see what we can do with it. There's actually a bottom part to this that matches this. This part right here, let's see, I'll try to catch that. See, that's the side that was slightly dented in shipping. I don't know if you can see it right there. That was dented. I got to get that fixed. Now this entire thing is powder coated. I do plan on getting this thing repainted. Probably black, maybe white. I was thinking white, but it's so hard to keep clean. As you see, the front grille comes off. I do plan on removing these and replacing it with Modder's grill. If you don't know what that is, do a Google search for it, but it's going to look quite nice. You have here 3 fan boxes. I've not been able to get the fans out. There are a couple of screws that I need to drill before I can get into there. The control panel is kind of nice. I like this power switch. This is a rocker switch. So you turn on my machine in the future, I'll just tap it. And to suspend it, I will simply hold it down. We have all your usual status lights, fan, temperature, power supply, monitor. I probably won't use those. Maybe just a fan and or use a hard drive and the power, of course. But let's take a peek inside this particular unit. A quick tour around. We have some nice vents. We have these vents on both sides of the unit. It's probably enough for my purposes. A few of the rivets kind of popped loose here during shipping, but nothing too bad. Here's a little dent right here, but we can work with that. See, that's dented right there in the corner. We can probably live with that. I've already taken out the original power supply. It is a standard ATX power supply, thank goodness. It is a standard ATX board, which is what initially attracted me to this machine. The open area over here is available for future liquid cooling if I decide to go that route. There's vents all over the place, as you can see inside on both sides, as I said. And it's a full ATX case. This case is about 1 foot tall. Tons and tons of room. So let's take a peek inside now. And this is a very heavy duty case. This is a 22 gauge thick steel, so it's a pretty solid case. And in here you see my brand new unoccupied Asus SLI motherboard. This will hold a 6400x2 dual core, and this is just about it's gonna sit in the chassis here. These are all the leads for the front mounted connections, and I'll sort these out and get them modified as needed. These 2 screws right here are stuck. I cannot remove the built-in fan to change those out with some better ones until I get these screws drilled out. These are steel screws, so it's going to take a little bit of work, but I've got a proper drill bit to get that done. Alright, we removed the motherboard, and as you can see, this is pretty much a standard ATX setup. There was a funky mounting plate in here if I wanted to do something a little more exotic. This plate was in there, which is really a little concern to me. I suppose it was mounting some of these expansion cards if you wanted to use this as a chassis. But there's tons and tons of room in here. There's this entire front section which is completely empty. which will allow these 3 front-mounted fans to just do their job and blow across the motherboard, as you see there. Now we're going to take a look at the bottom of this unit. Here's a nice view of the side. You've got these really nice vents up here. Now I have previously removed the top, but there is a very thick steel plate that goes over this. These hard drive caddy mounts are kind of unique. They use a tongue and groove system. They have a screw right there which secures it to the front, and they have these notches. So you stick the caddy in these notches like so. Push that forward, if I can get it in all the notches. And there you go. And if you notice, these have little, get a close up there, these have little aluminum mounts, and these are rubber gaskets. These drives are going to be fairly insulated against shock in these cabinets. Like I said, the first case arrived so mangled, these were actually broken. These mounts, which are soldered onto this metal, were actually gone off the board. That's how badly the first case was. So it's going to be quite fun to get these drives in here. And there is, let's see, 1, 2. Let me see. There should be room for about 6 drives in here. We can fit 3 on this chassis back here. This is where a cooling system could go. If I remove this, we could also remove this plate, which really serves no purpose in our modern setup. This was here to electrically isolate the original power supply, but for our purposes this is no longer needed. Matter of fact, as soon as I get through with this, I'm probably going to pull this plate out. And here are your grounding points for your hard drives, which you really do need to ground them. So this is stage 1. This is the original case. I would like to paint this, however that's a funds issue. We may just go with the way it is for now, but let me go ahead and get some estimates, and we'll continue on to part 2, which will be either the initial install or painting the case. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.